everyone! Thank you for joining Archangel Alts. We're here with you, Crypto Watch again. Why are we here again? Because this happened again. So 3830 is starting to look pretty high now, isn't it? And we made it up there just less than an hour ago, okay? But now we bottomed out at 3716. Okay, this is going to continue testing and testing. And we are at $270 million in 24-hour volume as tethered to Tether via the dollar to Tether, yes. Okay, guys, so I'm going to keep, hitting on the same topic here because it's so incredibly important. Let's say that I decided to go ahead and, wait, let me get my coin called up here. I was just looking at it. Yes, okay. I like, for instance, I like ION. I like trading ION. It's within a range that I like to trade. I like to wait for the volume to be higher. Show you other points. Here. The eyes have it. For ION. Okay, so I was thinking, somewhere around here looks like a good position to go in, but we were talking, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'd like to maybe try to get in on this. Well, just within minutes. Literally, something that could have easily gone from, 281 to 283, 280 to 283, even from here to here, if you're, depending on the length of time that you like to do your trades. But just as I was setting up this video, it was going from, that range to 279, saying, okay, 277. Okay, it's still going down. Why? Because this. It's because Bitcoin goes down at this rate that the volume spike is the wrong kind of volume. It automatically sends that message to anything trading against it. And that trade, even if it was in a good cycle, is now in a good cycle over here. So that's why, first of all, I do believe in watching, for the absolute best choice, getting in and out quickly before the next thing happens. That next thing might be, you got in here with something else and, you get your position, you're fine, and then this goes up, and it goes up with it. You say, oh gosh, I could have gotten more, Well, what you need is the part that you need to plan for. You need the part that you need. There's always going to be something in the market that was more somewhere else that you didn't get, right? Of course it's right. So, in comparison to how massive this was, and not a good thing, unless you're shorting, if you're betting on the mighty Bitcoin going down, then when it does that, that's where your profit's going to lie. But look at, okay, I don't want to get off track, I apologize. So, look how tiny this looks compared to what's happened, and yet, that's, $60 difference right there. So we don't know where this ends. People that are doing this know where it ends. So what we do is watch and we analyze. What I know is that I am not happy with where BTC is compared to where it was and where it was headed, because these things, we only need it to stabilize, in the next place, and then it's done, right? I'm gonna have to monitor myself from saying the whole right thing, because it's an intensity thing. When you see something so intense that you've been warning about happening in the market, it's just very disturbing. So we need volume. We need to see higher volume. We need to see it consistently. 300 million happening all the time because Bitcoin is selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. That's a good thing. Huge spike in volume because it's all selling off. Not a good thing, but it's only a bad thing for all of your previous positions, because now they're going to have higher to climb again. Bitcoin can handle going up and down $400 and $500. That wouldn't be a concern if it didn't drag anything along with it. For the few, milliseconds that this was a shift towards the stable coins, that's exactly why the stable coins are created. Everything was in 12%, 9%, 11%. The only things that weren't in the positive was the variation from one stablecoin to another, which I honestly don't know why anybody would want to do a PAX and USD trading pair. But now we're down to the last two, or three, or two, or three. In fact, this trading pair right here, that's hilarious. It just shows that it's not a stable coin as it could be. But the best percentage you can make right here, 0.07%. Okay, that you would have to do 1,000 trades to equal our 70 trades that we're doing right now. NEO was plus 12%. ONT was plus 12%. Where's it now? Where are they now? Inquiring minds, what to do? Negative 5%. It's done a 20% change. Hello, hello. Okay, we are trading altcoins against Bitcoin. That is our strategy. That's what we're doing. There's going to be tough times for that. KMD, anomaly, don't know, haven't researched it. I mean, you know, I don't know the reasoning for that right now. TUSD to BTC, this is the way that you short Bitcoin within altcoins. It goes up when Bitcoin goes down, period, in the story. Because this is an ebb and flow within the altcoins, this actually doesn't have the same diluting and harmful effects of shorting outside the system. I'm not entirely opposed to going back and forth here. The only thing that I would say there is that it's the only one that they've left alone. They've left this in the trading TUSD against Bitcoin. All the others are in the other direction. So you would have to find, you know, other methodologies to short. You could use it, you know, in two different exchanges, or, you know, buy and sell from this one and sell and buy from the other one. And that's more like arbitrage, and I don't want to get into that. I think that the market is plenty complex enough to get into, you know, another fourth layer on top of the three layers, going from the dollar to the Bitcoin to altcoin, and then now doing arbitrage to do something less harmful than shorting while shorting. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you, sir. No thank you, sir. So I appreciate you guys paying attention. I wanted to get in there and cover the fact that here it's easier for me to get to it from my favorites. There we go. Okay. So it's not done. You know, we're not the Bitcoin Illuminati, so we don't know exactly when it will be done. But is this the time to try to get your 0.5, 0.7%? Only if you have tested and tested and tested and retested would I go in right now. I'm watching for those things myself. I'm not willing to make that move yet, and if I had, I would have already been stuck again. How long am I willing to wait out those, you know, places of getting stuck? I believe in making smart moves, you know, careful, smart moves. And we already have, you know, we have old field positions from months and months ago. You know, this is where we were before the most recent drop happened. Not happy about it. Can't say that I'm not proud of it, because I mean it's the right thing to do at the time. There's absolutely nothing you can do about, you know, the part that nobody can see next. But you know, as soon as I saw what was happening, I immediately went into the right mode to say, hey guys, watch the volume. This is going to happen, right? So, you know, we saw 170 million in Bitcoin 24-hour volume this week. We saw 140 million in 24-hour volume in Bitcoin this week. And the spike that has happened up to the 270 million, I'm so glad to actually see that number. I mean, it is comforting to see the number, but for all the wrong reasons. So when we see it for the right reasons, that's when the good jumps are going to happen. I come back to the same coins that I see doing the what works for the long haul. I'm going to stick with them in the good times and bad. Hopefully none of them are bad guys with bad projects. We've got to go deeper into our fundamental analysis on all of those. I got to be honest with you. I'm a guy who has a lot of knowledge that's having a hard time keeping up with the number of things that we need to cover for you. So we really need to do, I guess we could call it like, you know, individual coin news or ICO news or something along those lines. I don't want it to be hypey or spammy, even though that's what gets attention on YouTube. I want it to be factual and helpful. And, oh, see, I can't stop my instinct to test these things. So I know it's not going to drop down to 171, but I want to test where I want my position to come in. So I like to start low. And I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see what it's going to do while Bitcoin is holding at 3764, let's say. All right, so it's thinking, it's organizing, it's moving around. And this is actually a good amount of volume for this. Unfortunately, it's because of this. Right? Yep. Right. Okay, I got to be careful. I don't want to be one of those, you know, right? The person that interrupts themselves to say right in between everything. Don't want to do that. It's like, you know. It's like, right? So you have this coin, right? Yes, I have the coin. And so you're wanting to see where you want to trade the coin, right? Yes, that's right. That's how I want to trade. Yeah, I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't want to feel like I have to say right all the time. Take me to the... Oh, Lord, please help me. Yes, okay. Can't help but watch this. We were at, what, 226? Tell me if I remember that number right. I'm almost certain I do. Unless it was something different. I don't think it was. 226. Yep. So, wow, that's a huge difference, isn't it? Huge difference. It's lower than when we began the climb. And if you weren't stuck in this coin, which we're not, then there's a chance that it's just coming back into a comfortable range and we can go right back in again. But we need for Bitcoin not to decide to drop to, let's say, 3,500. And I mean, it's not even the number so much. You know, unless your investment is in holding Bitcoin, you're going to be waiting longer before it's worth 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Depends on where you got in. Yeah, I can't help but do this. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. You know, I'm here to give you another watch update. I'm not here to start doing the trading, but I want to show you. Just be careful on the low end. This is headed for a triple dip. I'm testing it down to the 170s. It really belongs around 200. It's been trying to work its way up there, but every time I try to get up there, they beat me back down. Oy. So we have, old positions in Ion that we're going to be waiting on quite a while, unfortunately, because this is happening. But see, I mean that, this was consistent because Bitcoin was leveling out, right? So we could have, oh, there it is again. But I mean, no, that was proper use of right. All right, so 284, 289, 290, 293, 270, 273, 278, 280. Okay, I hope that you see what I'm talking about, but this is not an endless going to zero forever and ever. Amen. I hope that the future is bright in the way that we all think. When the time is right for this cycle to be over, there will be a shift. I do not like the manipulation. I would much rather see people actually push the right ideologies about coins, about the market, and get it stirred in the right direction for the right reasons. The manipulation is not the thing that's going to lead to mass adoption. And getting it, our t-shirt shop uses Bitcoin. It's one more step towards mass adoption. Oh, that's just not the way to do it. Oh, well, once we have it in stocks, then we can trust everything. Everything will be safe. And, you know, if I lose my Bitcoin, somebody can find it for me. And, you know, if I just trust the brokerage to do it for me, then I don't have to think. And all these things would be so great. That's not being free. That's not being decentralized. That's, you know, what do you think regulation is? Next comes the Bitcoin tax. You know, on top of the fees, on top of regular income tax, on top of regular capital gains, on top of, you know, the Fed coin, USDC, on top of et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Yes, right. Yes, right. Okay. Like, so I mean, there's, you know, there's a pop. If you did exactly 217, then you could exactly get, you know, more than 1% at 221. It's possible. You just have to be very, very careful. All right. God bless you guys. For now, Archangel Alts out.